Believe me.
No!
This is coffee. What you're drinking is not coffee. Believe me. You're drinking a soya, whatever. I don't know.
Get your finger out of my face, Zoran. No, I ain't licking your finger. You've been licking on that thing all day. Here, sit here.
Oh my God.
No, hey!
Finally.
Zoran, Seymour, Zoran.
These are car registrations have to transfer around.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Zoran, sorry.
Sorry about that, buds.
I'll do it at home. You know what? I'll do it at home.
Zoran's been living with me for a bit, right? He's supposed to be looking for a job, but instead he's out, you know, buying what kind of specialty coffees or something like that. Why aren't you looking for a job?
What does that smell?
Why aren't you looking for a job?
I did already. There is nothing.
There is nothing.
No,
there is nothing.
But I finished my. I mean, I applied for my documents like ID, driver's license.
Yeah, you filled out a couple pieces of paper and then you got high on coffee all day.
Is that like a Colombian blend?
Oh, it's a good one. I don't know. Oh, finally.
The Colombian blend. This party I was at.
This one.
It's just on Friday. Yeah.
Oh, some Halloween party or something?
Yeah.
Did you go with that girl?
Yeah, she invited me.
What happened?
It was good. It was good.
Huh?
Nothing major. I got a kiss at the end, you know. She was a little drunk. So was I.
Where'd she kiss you?
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Fine.
How was work today?
Good.
Yeah? Hey, you wanna hear something crazy?
Sure.
So I'm sitting at work and this girl wanders in off the street. Couldn't have been older than me, right? She wanders in off the street and sits herself down at my buddy Anthony's workstation, just starts surfing the net, right? So I get volunteered to go over and kick her out because she reeks like patchouli oil and no one wants to go near.
You were volunteering today?
What? No, this homeless girl walked in off the street, used the computer. What's going on with you? Are you okay? Is this about Ben?
Oh, no.
And what's the deal?
Well, I thought everything was all sorted out with Ruth. I thought she was going with Gran back to Saskatchewan and everything was gonna work itself out, and then Gran just drops on me that my parents have offered to take her. Not without talking to me or anything, and I mean, so Ruthie is gonna be living with my dad, of all people.
But your Gran, I mean, your father was abusive. I mean, Ruth can't go with your parents. I mean, what's your Gran thinking?
Zach, the only person that knows about any of this is you.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, everybody on set, they thought she was smoking. They thought she was so hot, and they were going, Lucas, you're gonna... and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna, until she dropped the I'm 16, I gotta go to gym class bomb. 16. Can you believe that?
Okay, so what did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do?
Because I know you.
I didn't do a thing. I didn't touch her. What are you talking about? Of course I did.
know.
She was...
Well, you're lucky.
Well, I wanted to, but
very
I
lucky.
couldn't, and I shouldn't. You know?
Brenda, did you get another makeover?
Huh?
You know, hair
No.
and makeup. No? Looks like you... Is that a new lipstick?
No.
It is.
No.
Are you
I don't know. What do I know?
Looks like that Russian red. Looks like the red lipstick that you put on, you know, when you're ready for a hot date. You put on that luscious red. Brenda Murphy, you do have a hot date, don't you?
Yes, you do. Mind your business.
What?
Busted. You didn't think you could pull it over my eyes, did you? No, you didn't.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be seeing her again tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, we're both Americans in Canada, so we decided to go see the elections at a bar together.
Oh, that's
Watch
very
Kerry
erotic.
win.
Very erotic. Listen, if you want to see her better half, I got some advice for you. It's 3 words. Wine coolers, wine coolers, wine coolers. All right? Keeps her blood sugar up and the alcohol makes her crazy.
Come on,
Tell
Johnny,
anybody about that.
that's woman. It's not a hockey fan or whatever. You know, that you should buy her some kind of nice gift. Small gift. They like small gifts.
Just a second date.
Gift? Come on. Well,
Yeah, come on. Why not?
You buy her drinks all night. That's what you do. Listen, if you want to, you know, snatch yourself a woman while you're here, buddy, you might want to take some advice from me. All right? I don't know what kind of tricks you use back home in Serboslavia, but over here in Canada, you know, we got some very specific ground rules.
If if I get some advice for you, you will give me one day baseball bat just to hit that woman. That's your advice. Come on.
You can't do that here. You can't hit them with baseball bats here, all right?
Don't be doing that.
That ain't right.
Just
that ain't right.
Small gift, something
I
nice.
think I can handle it, guys.
You sure?
I think so.
God, this is so messed up. You know, he doesn't give a crap about Ruthie. He doesn't want her in that house. The only reason he's doing this is to get control over me.
Okay, well, look, I know that it's not ideal for Ruth to be staying with your dad. I realize that. Okay, but Ruthie's gonna be fine for the time being. I mean, he's not really gonna
She's
do
not
something
gonna be fine.
to her.
Who knows what he'll do?
Look,
but her being in that house isn't safe. It's not right.
I know, but look, in the meantime, you can stay with me. We can figure something out. You know, I think for now it's gonna be okay.
It's not okay, Zach. I wouldn't put anything past him. You know, he thinks he can try and control me, and it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let him push me around, and I won't let him do the things he did with me to Ruth, because that's just messed up.
I
okay?
know. I think you maybe are overthinking this a little. I don't.
He knows I want to see her. He knows I want to see Ruth, and that's the only reason he's doing this. And I'm not going back to that house. Okay. It's not gonna happen.
I know you're not. Okay. I know.
I'll tell you one thing. My friend Doris, she's an American, eh?
Yeah.
But she lives here now, so she wants to vote.
Yeah.
Well, they tell her to come down there, and she's like, well, I can't come down. They said, oh, well, you can just go to your polling station up there. You vote for the president there, don't you?
No,
Can you imagine
You know what?
that?
They'll get her on an absentee vote, and that's, you know what? There's a little bit of a conspiracy going on, because the Republicans are going to sway this whole election with the absentee vote, the in-person vote, okay? You remember Florida was won last time by like 500 votes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the in-person vote is for the elderly or disabled that can't make it to the polls the day
sure,
of.
sure,
okay, in
yeah.
Florida. And they get to vote beforehand, but the day of the election, they're gonna be dead.
What do you mean they're gonna be dead?
They would have died before today.
What, just because
So
they're old?
Yeah, 500 people a day die in Florida. Elderly people pass away. So those people are going to influence the election, and they're ghosts.
Hey, Brenda,
And
is it
ghosts got a voice.
someone that I know?
Conspiracy.
Possibly.
You can't compare a Canadian woman and European woman.
Oh, really?
It's a huge difference. Believe me, Canadian woman mostly watching in your pocket. If you have enough money, they're gonna go with you. Maybe.
Oh,
but
I
European,
don't really believe that. I think.
Believe me.
I think
European.
there's some Canadian women like that, some European women like that.
European women, if they love you, that's it. Even if you're the poorest person, they love you. That's it.
Hey, listen, if you bring a nice Canadian girl to a Kim Mitchell concert and give her a bit of weed and a couple of coolers, she's yours forever, all right? There's no doubt about that in my mind.
Yeah.
Come on.
I've always had a predilection for French Canadian women.
What?
No, it's
Predilection.
Geez, you should get that checked out.
And you know why is that? Actually, because Canadian woman is overprotected by the government.
Oh my
You
goodness.
cannot
I
tell.
didn't know
Yes, you
that.
cannot tell them even the nice compliment because you can end up in the prison easily.
Oh, well,
Here
yeah,
we
you
go
got a point
again. Because
there.
you can't walk up to them and say, hey, nice hoo-ha's. All right, you are going to end up in jail.
And they going, European women always going with the makeup even in a grocery store. Canadian, they don't care.
Yeah, makeup and nice clothes, but they got them hairy armpits on them.
Not all of them.
They're covered in hair.
Jesse, I think you gotta tell someone about this, all right? I mean, other than me, I can only do so much for you. You have to tell your gran or someone.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's not the easiest thing in the world to just tell people,
I know that, but I mean, you and your gran are really close now, and if you want her to do something, you have to tell her, okay? You have to let her know what's going on with you.
It's like impossible to let anybody know. I mean, well, I was at this party when I was younger in grade 9, okay? With all of my girlfriends.
Yeah.
We're playing Truth or Dare and going around the circle and everyone's talking about these fun little experiences, their first time, their first kiss with some boy, and it gets to me, and what am I supposed to say? I mean, my first time was with...
I know. Look, I'm sorry. you're older now, and it's a little more important, all right? This is not a party, okay? This is your niece, right?
I won't let anything happen to her, but you don't get it. You couldn't possibly understand. No one does.
I heard that select people, African Americans in certain states, receive phone calls saying, you know what, it's okay, you don't have to vote this year, that's all right. Oh, but if you do, remember to wake up bright and early on Wednesday, November 3rd to cast your vote.
That's it. The
But they're gonna miss it.
No, it is the
But that's the whole point.
Republican marching towards a new world order. They're doing it, you know how they're doing it? Mostly electronic voting. That way they can manipulate the votes. Because there's no paper trail, there's no envelopes, you know?
Oh, well, there you go.
You know,
eh?
and this is all headed by George Walker Bush, is a member of Skull and Bones, okay? Yale University. It's a secret society. It's a fraternity
that's
of the elite.
Sounds like a biker
No,
club.
they're supposed to have satanic rituals and stuff. So you
Oh,
got a guy
good
running the
Lord.
country that has satanic overtones.
You know,
Now,
Brenda,
John
you should
Kerry was a
share,
member too. So.
share these things with
What
me.
things?
You mean, you know, the whole man issue you got going on.
Oh,
Come on,
Shannon,
Brenda.
for gosh. Okay, what? What do you want to know?
Anything. Just throw me a bone. Something. What?
His name is Jules.
Jules.
And I met him at the book club. Oh, literary club. All right?
Speaking
That's
of
it.
names, George Walker Bush Jr. 666, 6 letters in each, because the original name of Bush in German was B-U-S-C-H-E. Bush 666. Mark of the Beast.
No, I think what my mistake has been in the past is I'm too needy when it comes to the women. I fall in love with them. From now on, it's apathy. I think that's the best way to a woman's heart.
Sometimes, yeah.
You're gonna trick them like a fisherman.
Exactly. Like the less you seem interested in them, the more they get interested in you.
You know, I'm not so sure about that. I think you should just go, you know, balls out the whole way. Just say, I need you. I like how you look. I like how you make me feel. I want you. I need you like a germ on a worm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just shoving them away.
Johnny, can you
That's
please move
obnoxious.
your feet a little bit?
Why?
Because, by the way, they like actually if you're educated.
Yeah.
If you know what perfume you're choosing, like, you know, believe me, it's small things. You have to be soft.
Yeah, but if you know too much about them, if you invest too much of yourself in them, then they think, well, they could just walk all over you.
Geez, you guys sound like chicks yourselves. Oh, what do they need? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Who cares? Who cares? I want you, baby. Right now.
How am I supposed to tell my gran? I mean, I tried to tell her last week, and you should have seen her face. I mean, she wouldn't believe me.
Okay,
For sure. And even if she did, I mean, I would kill her.
I know. Okay, look, I see your point. All right, I know it would be huge to tell your gran. I don't know. You got to do something. I mean, this is really ruining you. I mean, you're stressed all the time. I mean, you got to do something.
No. God, Zach, I really appreciate you listening to me about this. Like, you're like the only person I can talk to.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I mean, it's the least I can do, right? And where's Ben in all of this? I mean, are you talking to him about this?
Not exactly. I mean, I told him I wouldn't go back there because my dad used to hit me.
Can't talk to him about it, eh?
I just feel really uncomfortable. I mean, especially since we're sleeping together. I wouldn't want to freak him out.
Yeah. You want to freak him out?
It is the sign of the end, okay? The end of times. There was this Russian scientist the other day. He just turned over 400 grams of nuclear-grade plutonium that he had stored in his house. And everybody said, oh, there's no weapons of mass destruction.
What was he doing with it?
It's in his house. He took it when they...
And remember when the Russians used to be the enemy, the Americans'
and
enemy?
who's the
now,
enemy now?
Well, all the people in the desert countries.
People, you're sounding like a Republican,
Desert?
okay?
What
The
do you mean?
people
well,
in
yeah,
the desert countries.
the East, the Middle East.
Yeah, the
This this Jules? Is he an intellect? He's an intellect. I mean, you met him at the book club, so he's an intellect, of course. What else do you have in common, though?
I'm not playing 20 questions here, Shannon.
Why are you being so secretive, Brenda?
I am not being secretive just because I don't brag about my conquests.
Brag? But you're making me want to know even more since you're withholding.
You know what is interesting is this celebrity mugshot calendar that came out. They've got the actual pictures from the police stations that, like Robert Downey Jr. when he got pulled over for his drugs, you'd know about that. And then the Hugh Grant is January, Nick Nolte is April, May, June.
The only thing I'm kind of worried about is Jenna has kids. You know, because you don't want to get too attached to the kids, and what if it goes wrong? Or...
So it doesn't matter. So you just have to be nice with the kids, like.
Well, I'm great with kids, but what if it doesn't last? What if we wind up breaking up? And you're not just breaking up with the woman, you're breaking up with the kids as well.
What if? So is she divorced?
Yeah.
Divorced woman with kids. Now the thing about that though, is all divorced women, they secretly got a bit of a hate on for men, eh?
I don't know about that.
Because of what they've been through. So pretty much after you lay with them in nature's way, they're gonna find a reason to call you a hoo-hoo. You know what I'm saying? Well, single women, on the other hand, right?
Wait. Who?
You know, single.
What?
Single women, on the other hand, right? They're all secretly looking to get hitched, right? So it's best to act like a hoo-hoo right off the bat, so they don't start getting any weird ideas.
I don't know what hoo-hoo means.
Fill in the
just
blanks
have
yourself.
to be nice. Do you like that woman?
Yeah, she's sweet.
So is she sweet or you love her? That's different.
I like her.
Of course she's sweet. You haven't plugged her yet. Wait till you do. It'll be game over. You'll be a hoo-hoo in no time.
Stop it.
Woo-hoo. Al Pacino was picked up in 1961 by the police because he was carrying a gun. That's why he made it onto the calendar.
Critical news. At
It
this point
is
in time.
critical news.
Critical.
That's how he was getting into his character's mind or something.
Right.
I think that is fascinating. The exploration of that kind
Brenda,
of stuff.
I hope it's not because you don't trust me.
What?
Well, come on, you used to confide in me and tell me all about. Okay, that's all right. I won't bother you anymore. If you don't want to tell me,
You won't bother me, but you'll badger me to death. Which one's worse?
Up to you if you want to.
Look, there's nothing to tell you. He's a friend of Seymour's. I met him on the train. A nice fella,
There you
that's
go.
all.
Friend of Seymour's
there
on
you
the
go.
train.
Friend of Seymour's, of course. So what does this friend of Seymour's do?
He's a psychiatrist. He helps people. Okay, yes.
It's a noble profession.
It
Very
seems
noble.
to be.
There you go.
So, and he looks like tall, dark, handsome.
He looks like an average person. I mean,
No.
if I had
Yeah.
to say who he looked like, I guess he looks a bit like Doug. Average.
Yeah.
Average. Okay?
Wait a second.
Is that enough?
You mean that the psychiatrist, the guy, the ghost that you thought was the ghost of Doug?
Yes.
Oh.
That's
Well,
Jules.
Well, yeah. Hey, that's normal.
That's very
MIT.
normal.
That's Gurdjieff called it MIT, morbid
What?
identification transference. It's
got
very
a name.
natural. It's what attracts you, but you'll find the real him once you get to know him.
I already know the real him.
I know this is hard, okay? But that's not helping you, all right? You're just avoiding the issue here. These are all excuses. You have to tell someone about this, all right? You can't just sit here and talk to me about it because that's not getting anything done. That's not helping Ruthie, that's not helping you, and it's not helping Liz, all right?
Jeez, Zach, I thought you of all people would understand where I'm coming from.
I do understand where you're coming from, okay? And I understand that the only way that you're actually gonna help Ruthie is if you tell someone about this. If you care about her,
Of
then you
course
have to
I
drop
care
this
about her. Of course I care about Ruthie. That's why I won't let her go back to Saskatchewan. That's why she has to stay here in Toronto. And I'll figure out a way to make that happen, okay? Like, I'll have to stay at Liz's house and, like,
You
get a
can't-
nanny. Or...
You can't do that, all right? You're skirting the issue, all right? That's not gonna work. You have to tell your grandmother. You have to tell people who are gonna help you. You can't do this on your own. This is not
Zach,
gonna work.
it's perfect. It will work. I'll stay at Liz's. I'll get a nanny. I know there's insurance money coming or something to do with Liz. It'll work out. That's perfect. This'll work. It'll be okay.
I've been thinking about it, and this is the same mistake I've made with every woman who's been in my life, is I fall in love with them too soon. I'm going to play it cool this time. It's going to be about companionship, get to know her, who she really is before I fall in love with her, and then, you know, don't see her for who she really is.
Don't play that game, buddy. Friends are for fishing, not for humping, you know what I mean? Right? Don't worry about being friends with her. Just go for the kill. Go for the kill.
No, that's a mistake I've made.
You have to control your feelings, really. Like, if you love, go for it. I can tell you my story, you know, back home, long time ago. I had a girlfriend, and she was living alone. And then I went in her place, and one day I went in her washroom, and I saw her sink is leaking, like, you know. And you know what I did? I just bought her a brand new sink for her birthday. And she started to love me so much. Because every morning when she woke up to wash her face, that sink reminded her of myself.
But where is she now? She's using that sink with another guy.
I was with her 5 years.
European women don't bathe, eh? So if you give them a bar of soap or something to wash in, they go hog wild.
I know that's not true.
But listen,
Sorry.
I took Charity ice fishing one time, eh? Because I wanted to be your companion. We go over there, we're in this little hut. There I am, I got my hands on my rod. She's got her hands on my rod. Let's just say all I caught was a cold. Because we were nude the whole time. Didn't catch a single fish. Don't do that.
No, I won't. You can bet on that.
You know the best time to sleep with a woman? Right after you had sex with her. Here.